everyone. For this activity, for Photoshop Activity 3, I'm going to give you the instructions for Photoshop in this video, and then I will provide you with instructions in Photopea as well. So to begin, we need to open up our 4 files, which should be, you should have downloaded already if you followed the original instructions. And the first ones we're going to start with are background and foreground. So if you can go ahead and open those up. And I need to open up my other one. I have background and I need foreground. And for this, we want to make it so you can see both this and this on the same screen. So what I'm going to do is go to Window, Arrange, and then we want to do Tile all vertically. You can do horizontally or vertically. Vertically is probably going to be easier on a wide screen. And what we want to do next is zoom to 200%. So you can actually go down here to the bar and type in 200 on that, and then do the same on the other. And for this one, we're going to be using the magnetic lasso tool to select this kid on rollerblades. And so the polygonal lasso tool up here, if you hold your mouse down on that, you should see as your third option, magnetic lasso tool. So now what we're going to do, here is we're going to click somewhere along the edge of this kid and then just follow around until we get to a certain point. And what it should do is you should have like little anchor points that'll pop up as you kind of trace around with your mouse. And then if you get to like a corner, I like to click every now and then just to establish that I'm kind of committing to that point, because sometimes it kind of strays away. And you can always use some of the other tools to select and add to your selection if you goof up a little bit. You'll hopefully recall those from our previous lessons. And once you have traced around this dude, the next thing that you are going to do is we are going to move him to the moon. So I'm just following him around here. And so once you double click at the end, it'll select everything there. And then we want to feather by 20 according to the directions and hit enter. And what that'll do is just kind of soften the edge. And then once you do that, we are going to use the move tool, this tool up here, to drag him onto the moon. And once he's on there, you can move him around using the move tool because he's on a separate layer. And you can also free transform and change his position if you want. So if you want to make him look like he's kind of doing a handstand like that, you can do that. And then when you're done, of course, you need to go ahead and save your work. In Photopea, it's a little bit different because we don't have those range tiles to arrange the 2 files next to each other. We don't have that option. So what we're going to have to do instead is select our dude, and again, if you use the magnetic lasso tool, and then just click and follow him around. And I did forget to zoom in, so it's a little easier to see everything if you zoom in. And personally, I actually kind of like the magnetic lasso tool in Photopea better. It just seems to snap a little bit. It seems to be a little bit more sensitive to the edges. So I got him taken care of. I need to type in 20 for the edge there to feather it. And then if I go edit, copy, and then go into background and go edit, paste, they'll be on a separate layer. And just like before, you can free transform him. Free transform him by going edit, free transform, and you can actually, change his position. So, same thing, you're going to need to save as PSD, and then you'll end up turning that file in. Unfortunately, it's a little harder to rename files directly in the program in Photopea. So, unlike Photoshop, you can change the name to My Background and turn it in. This, you're going to have to turn in background 1 is probably how it's going to come up. Okay, so going back to Photoshop, the next thing we're going to work on is Vignette. And so if you open up the file called Vignette, what you're going to do first is you need to change the background colors to black and white. And you should know how to do that by now. If not, review some of the previous lessons. And then what we're going to do is take the elliptical marquee tool, which it's kind of a circle, and what you are going to do is type in 20 for the feather, and then we want to draw an oval. Oh wait, press enter after you type in 20 just to be sure. Draw an oval around the girl like that, and then go to select inverse, and what that did was selected everything but what's in the oval there. And then we're going to go edit, cut, and what you'll get is this vignette effect where it fades it from the sides. You can also go and choose change the background color if you like it better as black, so you can have it fade in like that. So then you're just going to file, save as, and save it to your computer, call it My Vignette, and turn that in. So next up, I'm going to show you how to do that in Photopea. So let me go back into Photopea here and go to File, Open. I'm going to open up Vignette, and I'll close up these other two since I don't need them now. And the same thing, I need to go to the elliptical marquee tool. Wait, I forgot. Gotta choose my colors first. Black and white. I'm gonna choose the 20 for the feather. Press enter. Draw a little oval around her. Select, inverse, edit, cut. And what you'll notice also in Photopea is it automatically defaults to the little checkered background, indicating that's just transparent. So it's not going to give you a colored like white or black fade. But what you can do, if you want that color in the background, is you can use your paint bucket, make a new layer, and make sure it's below your background, and then just color that in. Actually, you probably want to deselect first. So I would select, deselect, and then color in, and then you get the whole effect. So if you save that file, save as PSD, you'll turn that file in. Alright, so for this last activity for today, you are going to use the quick select tool, and so I'm going to start with Photoshop here, and this is for the file called coat. So if you use the quick select, it's this one where your magic wand tool normally is. If you go to the one that says quick select when you hold down your mouse, and then what we want to do is we want to select the jean jacket. So if you just kind of click and drag, it's kind of like you're painting selection. And once you get that in there, if you get a little extra, you can always Alt and remove some of it. After you select the jacket, then you're going to go to the Adjustments panel, and we want to choose Hue and Saturation. and that will give you these little sliders. And if you play around with this a little bit, change the color, you'll see that you can change the color of just the area that's selected. And then once you are satisfied, then you will see down here, this is creating what's called a layer mask. You'll see the white part where the jean jacket is the part that you're actually using the effect on, and then the black is not. So that's just something we'll dig more deeply into later. So in Photopea, the same activity, I'm going to open up coat. I'm going to use, I can't use that, hold on. Quick select is the fourth icon down, magic wand tool, hold down the mouse, and then again, just like with Photoshop, you just kind of paint your selection. Whoops. And if you get too much, you can go back and fix it later. So don't do what I just did. So Alt allows you to remove. Shift, whoops, Alt allows you to remove. And this might be one that's a little easier with another tool, like the magnetic lasso tool. In the interest of time, I'm just going to show you how it works without going through all this trouble. I'm going to just remove this stuff. And so there might be a little weird coloration there, but what I want to do, instead of doing the, hold on, let me find it, adjustments panel, which they don't have in this. In Photopea, you have to go to Image, Adjustments, Hue, Saturation. So you're not going to get to really experience much with the layer mask with the adjustments in this. But then I can adjust the hue and the saturation, just like I showed you in Photoshop. And you click OK, save your work, File, save as PSD, and once that's saved, turn in all three of those files, background, vignette, and coat, and you will be done. If you have any work to do on geometrics, use the rest of this time to work on geometrics. Have a good day.